Shalom, shalom. I'm give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Teaching this truth and sincerity. Salutation to the hopeful elect that spirit that four corners of the earth. Slakia. Alright, so the title of this lesson will be The Earth is Experiencing Birth Pains or Groaning Pains, okay? The earth is experiencing groaning pains, okay? So, if you have been in world news and whatnot, there's tension building up in the Middle East, okay, between Israeli and Hamas and Iran, okay, you know, and Iran is thinking about getting involved, so I'm just gonna bring out some precepts and some articles, and I hope that this lesson will be edifying to the sheep out there. All right, so we're gonna jump in Matthews 24. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6 and reads, Ye shall hear of wars. So this is signs of Hamashiach return. So these are the signs that the elect, need to look for, to know when Yahweh shall be returning, his second coming. I'm going to jump down to the 24th verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Okay, are we not hearing of wars and rumors of wars? All right, we have an article here by Ground News. And I'm going to link all these articles in any live lesson. Okay, or in the description box, whatnot. So this it's from Ground News, and the title is Pentagon to Send Ships, Aircraft Closer to Israel and Show Force. So this is the United States, getting involved. It's reads Defense Secretary Lord Austin has ordered the Ford carrier strike group to sail to the eastern Mediterranean to assist Israel after the attack by Hamas, showing the United States concern and commitment to deter the conflict from escalating. The Biden administration will provide additional equipment, resources, and munitions to the Israel Defense Forces, reinforcing the U.S. support for Israel. President Biden also emphasized the need for unity in condemning the brutal atrocities committed. Right. So the United States is like playing a background part of this war. They're in the background. They're not fully involved. They're just in the background, providing semi-assistance to the Israeli Defense Force. The House is set to pass a bipartisan resolution supporting Israel and condemning Hamas war, highlighting the strong stance of the United States in standing with its ally. Okay, so so I'm going to link this article here. Okay, so there you go. It's in the live chat. Close this out. I have another article here from the Times of Israel News. The subheading reads Missiles fired from Lebanon, mortars launched from Syria as northern front heats up. Okay. So Lebanon is getting involved. So missiles were launched at northern Israel from both Lebanon and Syria on Tuesday, with the Israeli military shelling posts in both nations in response as fighting continued in southern Israel in the wake of a major attack launched by the Palestinian Hamas terror group in the Gaza Strip. The Israel Defense Forces said 15 rockets were fired from Lebanon at the western Galilee, setting off sirens in several towns. Okay. 4 projectiles were intercepted by the Iron Dome air defense system, while the rest landed in open area, causing no damage or injuries, the IDF said. Okay, so you know, this is building up. It's just a building up to where the woe, the dirt distortion, right? There's a build up. Okay, so see back in Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, see that ye be not troubled. Okay, so the elect will not be in trouble, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, the people saying that, you know, saying that this can be the coming, or they can be a sign that the Yahawashai child is going to come back. Yeah, this is one of these signs, but it does not mean that he's going to come back right. He's not going to come back during this, right? During this war. Prophecy, there's more prophecy that still got to get fulfilled. The MOTB still have to be implemented or get implemented on a broad scale. There's a lot of things that still need to happen before Yahawashai shall return, or before Yahweh shall return. Seven verse, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, right? So we have Ukraine and Russia. Now we have Israeli and Hamas, Lebanon, Syria, Iran, United States, and all these different other nations that support these different countries are getting involved somewhere, somehow, some way, either by being a background assistance or, by getting directly involved. And Russia talking about getting, Russia is speaking about, getting involved as well on some level. But, we'll see. Because it might, the elder apostle to heart, said that these prophecies wars are going to start happening, and they're going to lead to a build up to World War III. So we're going to see. The 8th verse, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So that we know that the wars are currently happening, the different earthquakes and pestilence that's currently happening. We know that those are the times. Those things are a sign that the second coming is near. There's no debating it, right? Those sorrow, the pain of childbirth, okay, groaning pains, travailing pains, birth pains, okay, intolerable anguish. So these are the groaning pains that the earth is experiencing. Earthquakes, pestilence, um, wars and rumors of war, nation rising up against nation, right? Kingdom rising up against kingdoms. Okay. So I'm going to link this article here in the description box. there's a lot of things happening. We had to be watchmen, setting up on our watch, and commenting and you know telling these sheep about these different things so they can prepare. Get their mind right, get their house right. Repent, pray. Here's another article by End Time Headlines. End Time Headlines. I suggest you all can archive, to to get it to read this article, read these things that's happening. That this you know media company or whatnot be posting, right? Okay, so the subheading reads: Israeli military warns 1.1 million citizens in Gaza that they have 24 hours to relocate south. Okay, because this like 3 days ago, I believe, that this article was posted. Israel's military informed the United Nations early on Friday that the 1.1 million Palestinians in Gaza shall relocate to the enclave south within the next 24 hours, a UN spokesman said, in what Palestinians fear could be a precursor to a planned Israeli group ground offensive. Okay, right. So let me get Luke 21. Luke chapter 21 verse 9, it reads, But when ye shall hear of wars and commotion, be ye not terrified. Okay, so we're hearing of wars and commotions. Be not terrified. So the elect, the ones that are in this truth, in this 100% truth, they're not going to be terrified because they're going to know what to do. Not terrified for these things must first to come to pass, right? But the end is not yet. It's not by and by, right? It's a directly precept from Matthew 24, right? 24 and 6. Um, then things to come, these are the signs. Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilence and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Those goes back to your solar eclipse, okay? Your solar, your a solar eclipse um, is happening, October the 14th, which was yesterday, I believe. So these are your signs in heaven. See, I got it here pulled up. These are your signs in heavens. The solar eclipse, different eclipses. Let's see. Two eclipses across Texas. Let's see. On October 14, 2023, an annular eclipse will travel from Oregon to Texas, encircling the moon with a brilliant ring of fire. Okay. So if you don't know what solar eclipse is, I'm going to leave this article in the chat chat box. Yeah. But these are signs in heaven. These you just need to know that those are signs. Those are great signs. In heaven. You know, 12 verse. But before all these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. So this is going back to the elect. Okay, but the elect, the prophets really, they're gonna grab up. Okay, so you know Romans 8:20, and there'll be a family of the word as well. Um, so Romans 8:20, for the creature was made subjected to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who has subjected the same in hope. Okay, so the creature is referring to what the 12 tribes of Israel, right? The curses that was upon Jacob, and it was subjected unto the curses by Yahawashi, by Yahawashah, okay? 21 verse, because the creature itself also should be delivered from the bondage of corruption to the glorious liberty of the children of the Most High, right? So the creature, ultimately is referring to the 144,000, right? The great multitude, they'll be delivered, and all of Israel will be delivered from bondage, you know, eventually, they will be delivered from bondage, from the curses when Yahweh shall return, right? And he, completely wipes out this whole entire kingdom. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together unto now, right? And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, but just going back to who the elect, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption to wit the redemption of our body, right? We're waiting, patiently waiting for the return of the Lord, for and our body get changed, right? And we get the kingdom of heaven, you know. So we are groaning for that. For the redemption. Um, this was the latest one that was posted not too long ago. Um, this one from AA.com. Iran warns Israel of intervention unless attacks on Gaza stop. Okay. Um, so foreign minister Amir Abdallahan says Tehran does not want conflict to turn to a regional war and that it can help release Israelis held hostage by Hamas. Okay. So Iran is, thinking about getting involved. So I'm going to post this article in the live chat box, where you can read it. I'm going to also post all of these in the live chat box, where you can read it on your own time. Post this one. Okay, so that we're just in growing pains, right? We're just the earth is just experiencing birth pains. The second coming of the Lord, right, and the deliverance of the elect. Okay, so you know there's nothing really to be afraid of because the real trouble is gonna come when The MOTB has been implemented, and that when everything's gonna start moving fast, and that when everything, there's gonna be more and more stuff happening. Okay, so really, the only thing we need to focus on right now is praying. Making sure that we are in the good grace of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, and doing our best ability to live in righteousness, right, and not trying to make it in this world. So I'm going to end here by giving all honor, glory, and praises to YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, QADASH, and as always, shalom to the elect, to the 144,000 out there. To the next time, we'll say shalom.